Hey Team DPS, it's your host, Natalie Brigham. Welcome back to DPS Snapshots, the weekly podcast where we give you the 5 things you need to know to stay informed about what's happening in DPS. Whether you're on your morning commute, at the gym, or just trying to catch up on the latest news, we've got you covered. Let's dive in. Our first story is the Colorado Measures of Academic Success scores are now available. Colorado Measures of Academic Success, better known as CMAS, measures student achievement and growth for language arts and mathematics for all students in grades 3 through 8, and science for those in grades 5, 8, and 11. The short story. Good news, Denver Public Schools students saw increases in overall CMAS scores in all 3 content areas evaluated. I'll quickly highlight 5 growth-related achievements. If you want to read more about the CMAS results, be sure to check out the full article on the DPS website. Okay, ready? When compared to State Median Growth Percentiles, DPS students demonstrated equal or higher growth percentiles across all elementary and middle school content areas. Whoop whoop! High school Math Median Growth Percentiles increased overall and among all race and ethnicity groups with an overall median growth percentile of 47, which is 3 points higher than the 2022-23 scores. Median growth percentiles for Black students increased at the high school level in both literacy and math, and exceeded the state's median growth percentiles. Their literacy median growth percentile is 6 points higher than last year, and their math median growth percentile is 7 points higher than the 2022-23 school year. Median growth percentiles for Native American, Alaskan Native students also increased among all grade levels and content areas. Even though the student group is small, there are fewer than 130 students in elementary and middle grades, and 70 students in high school. They are mighty and their increases are notable. In math, students with individual education plans exceeded the growth average for the state, and in-program multilingual learners demonstrated equal growth to the state's average. Our second story is an invitation. RSVP for the 2024 Black Excellence Summit. We are excited to invite families, staff, educators, and friends of the DPS community to the 2024 Black Excellence Summit, a special event to celebrate and uplift Black excellence within DPS. This summit offers professional development and learning opportunities for all, alongside a platform to honor achievements and advocate for even greater Black excellence in our community. Additionally, there will be a resource fair with community partners who will provide opportunities to connect, share feedback, and engage in meaningful conversations. The event will take place on Saturday, September 14th from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Education Building at University of Denver. We'll link the RSVP form in the show notes. For our third story, we have another RSVP. Okay, popular. Please RSVP for FACE University's Virtual Learning for Families. FACE University is a resource and learning hub for families in the Denver community. You can register for their first session titled Attendance, Everyday Matters, Tips, Tools, and the Facts. The session will be held on Thursday, September 12th from 5 to 6 p.m. 3 lucky families who attend the first live session will be entered to win tickets to the Children's Museum, Museum of Nature and Science, and the Colorado History Museum. Exciting! Visit the FACE University's Family Learning Hub webpage to see the full event calendar. You can also subscribe to their YouTube channel to access the recorded sessions. We'll link the registration, their webpage, and YouTube channel in our show notes. Our third story is 6 DPS schools receive Energy Star certification. The sustainability team announced that 6 schools earned the Energy Star certification from the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency, or EPA, for superior energy performance in 2024. Congratulations to Abraham Lincoln High School, Joe Shoemaker School, John F. Kennedy High School, North High School, South High School, and Placebridge Academy. On average, Energy Star certified buildings use 35% less energy, release 35% fewer greenhouse gas emissions, and are less expensive to operate, all while meeting strict requirements for occupant comfort. This is an exciting accomplishment, and it supports DPS's Climate Action Plan, ends Policy 1.6, and DPS's energy management goal. Congratulations to these 6 schools. Very demure, very mindful. Our next story and final story, DPS has announced a new department, the Student and Family Empowerment Department. The new Student and Family Empowerment Department at DPS is essentially a crossover between the Family and Community Engagement, or FACE, department and the Student Voice and Leadership team. Superintendent Dr. Marrero says this team is, quote, about transforming our schools to reflect the hopes and dreams of our community, end quote. We can't wait to see what the future holds for this team. Thanks for tuning into our show. More details on the stories you heard today will be linked in our show notes. Make sure you're following and subscribing to never miss a show. We'll be releasing an episode every week for the 2024-25 school year. I can't miss an opportunity to shout out the external communication team for their assistance in producing the show. And that's a wrap. We'll see you next week.